I'll be back here in a second when some people start showing up. I think I got the chat going. Oh, Targ, Begley. Well, Targ is Stargate, remote viewing. Begley is some YouTube pastor that likes misquoting the Bible and shit like that. And what does it have to do with MK Ultra? Bam Bam will be right back. And let's just put it this way. I heard this story about Flintstone. And let's just put it that way. Orientation is locked. Hold tight, please. And I hope I could see the chat when it pops up. I think I got the settings right. I always screw up on this. I don't have my everything set up. I haven't gotten around to it. I know it's been a little while, but everything's been hectic and not really hectic. Let's just put it this way. On the Thinking Aloud show, which is another YouTube channel, with Mishlav, what Begley said, well, the two, Targ and Begley, not Mishlav, he's just an interview, but Targ and Begley's friend that got his diploma from Russia. Hey, Marine Corps, get off this shit. Let me do what I need to do. Or you guys are going to have a bigger problem than you already have now. Oh, well, hey, thank you guys. So, still we're. Hey, what's up, Jane Doe? Yeah, I'm in slabs. You can't miss me. Although, you know, I don't appreciate being mistaken for somebody, but apparently, me and somebody else look remarkably similar. That I get the same shit between here and up north. But hey, I think that issue is resolved, and maybe next week I can get out a little bit more when I know that people know the difference between me and whoever this other motherfucker was. You know, maybe if you let me straighten out these other motherfuckers, you wouldn't have a problem with those other motherfuckers ever again. But apparently, everybody thinks they can deal with a motherfucker like that. Well, yeah, they're easy to get rid of, aren't they? I'm not. Now, why don't we start with Korea? Did you know that not one POW escaped? None of ours ever escaped. Is that good or bad? I don't know. But I hear this story of this old guy that lived here. They called him Flintstone. They say Korean prisoner of war and how it was. Yeah, I understand it. Oh, yeah, I do. That's why I'm kind of the opposite. For me, however, prisoner of war was being held prisoner by my own. I'm in Slab City. I got a bombing range right over here. And Trojan Warrior Project, Trojan Spirit Project were both transferred to the Marine Corps. Hence why the gray Apache in the air. So apparently I'm in the right place. Now, you know, I just found out, you know what a slabber, what the definition of a slabber is, which is what they call the locals here that live here? Slave. So I would hate to think that the Marine Corps would assume they can take a hereditary king that's bloodline. Oh, my apartment? Oh, that happened with Joseph. Oh, you don't know that whole story? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to tell that all over again. Well, let's just put it this way. I was arrested for defending myself. Somebody swung their walking stick at my head, so I had to politely take it from them and hand half of it back to them. I guess they said the way I did it was much more deadly, so I guess I'm considered a deadly weapon now. So I might as well. Oh, you'll see the. Yeah, you won't see it, but so yeah. Oh, let me turn this off. All right. I guess I just like the music in the background, and well, it wasn't giving me dings, but instead of waiting for it to infringe on anybody's so-called rights, I better turn the music off. So, what? Okay. Yeah, sorry about all that. I didn't see any messages, so I figured, well, if people were worried, they'd find out I was all right. And if I go down, you'll probably hear about it. California will probably sink into the ocean. People will find Atlantis. Snowing? Oh my God, I'm still in shorts. So, no, Joseph Shadow Wolf attacked me. I defended myself, and they did what they could do to fuck my life up, but it forced me to move. I didn't know this is where I was going to end up. I had no inkling of coming here or moving here. It was just a whim to, see options and everything, see what's going on down here. But hearing these stories of this guy Flintstone, and I'll just say observations, and then the bombing range over there, and then finding out, oh, it's a Marine base. Huh. So I am kind of right where I should be. And technically, if anybody wants to fuck with me, well, fine. I got home ground advantage, and touch me and I'll kill you. But people have already tried, so I guess I have to say that now. I didn't burn your shit down. I'm a different kind of firekeeper. Go talk to the Lakota about what kind of firekeeper I am. I'm a fire chief. Our fire doesn't destroy. Oh, cause. Wow, that's the guy that threatened me. Interesting. Same name. Somebody needs to tell Cause, come talk to me to my face, or next time I see him, I'm going to consider him a threat. So everybody's against me, huh? So you guys like fucking each other's children, burning each other's homes down, and you're against, okay. No, so you're against me, huh? No, I'm not kidding. That was dude's name. That's the name he gave me at the range. He said everybody was against me. He tried telling me about what's going on in the world. I tried letting him know, look, I probably already know anything you're going to tell me. I seriously doubt you know anything more than I do, other than maybe a few details here and there. And if I don't know about it, if you start explaining it to me, I might sit there and go, oh yeah, I've seen that before. I just didn't know it got that bad. So, apparently, the look-alike doppelganger bullshit is here too. So it does seem like a network of asshats have been trying to play the little switcheroo game. Slab City. I mean, Cause is kind of a common dipshit name, I hate to say. Kaz or whatever. But when somebody that talks like him and says what he says, that's somebody that I put on the front line or I see coming a mile off and just shoot. Honestly, Kaz, your personality profile in my eyes is dangerous. Because you guys slip in unassuming and unthreatening, right? I've never burned anybody's property. I've never retaliated nor sought revenge. I've always been the defender, the protector, and if need be, the avenger to back stupid motherfuckers up. So maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe this area, for some reason, got locked into some whatever pattern. And if that name slabber is also a name for slave, well, then I'm right where I should be. My bloodline has been freeing slaves for how many centuries? Hospital staff? What hospital staff? Yeah, I'm doing fine. I almost want to put my phone number public in case people need to call me. Maybe I should just toggle only friends can call or something. I'll find out if there's a setting. But I'm getting ready to open up a little bit more with people. I know how it's been for a few years, and I had to be solo. I couldn't allow anybody else's agenda or influence to get me off course. You know what I mean? Even well intended, because what I notice is whatever enemy it is, um, they use our good intentions against us. They know how to say, well, if you were a Christian, you would help me. You know that old saying? So I'm listening to these stories of this Korean vet, listening to how tough he is and everything else. And like, wow, it sounds like me on a rampage. People would probably laugh if I just said that, but if they ever saw it, they'd be like, yeah, glad he stood down instead of, yes, Marley's here and Marley's happy. He's losing weight. He started running again. He's been in a few dog fights, though. Poor Marley. Marley, he don't know what fighting is. But he's learning how to bark back at least, and he's got me. And I've had to break up a few dog fights too, which kind of the person who dogs it was kind of surprised at how well I did it, efficiently, quickly, and did no harm. Like, yeah, humans are a little bit more difficult because the cops end up being called because people think I hurt them. And then everybody finds out, holy shit, you didn't hurt him. No, look, smiling. Subtle difference between me and Flintstone, however. Flintstone was held by Koreans. Oh, sorry to hear that. But yeah, he was, from what I gather, held in a Korean POW camp. And if anybody knows about how North Korea is, I mean, just think about it. So for him, his fight or flight became all fight. For me, my flight would kill my fellow countrymen. My fight would put me in prison. Subtle difference. It's hard to yeah. He got locked into what he got locked into his mindset. See, the thing about guys like that is the only people they'll ever really listen to are people that understand, whether it's somebody like me or somebody that was in the same situation. People never really take time to, you know. But for him, people knew. So they gave him room. For me, people think I'm this motherfucker's burning you out of your homes. Literally. I don't know what was going on. I drove here. I just, on a whim, you know, actually, we camped somewhere around here when I was a kid. I was here in the 70s, 90s, and then now. Um, it was just on a whim, but then I broke down and, well, what else am I going to do but try to start a life wherever I end up, right? And this just happened to be a good place because of the insanity and dynamics. Um, you know, of course, there's always going to be something I'm going to skirt around. But I will say the vicinity of the base, the implants, other factors, and Russell Targ, that fucking piece of shit. He tells on himself in that interview that I mentioned on Thinking Aloud with Mishlov. He tells on himself. It's only been a few months, but yeah, I understand. Since I went a little dark. But that was just because I have to deal with this, and I'm trying to deal with finer points. Finer points are much more delicate and time consuming than everything else. Everything else was, you know, hit and run, hack and slay, fucking say and spray, however you want to put it, from a foxhole. But with the helos and everything else, it's like being at home. I don't have your phone number. Or I might, but I'm the one on the front lines. Come on. My pencil got blown up a mile back. My papers are soaking wet because we just had a rainstorm. Batteries, I need those for my flashlights. Just kidding. I'll try to touch base more often. Um, it's just, oh yeah, I just opened up my Frogger flag. So with these Marines over there, I think we got it covered. One of me and a fucking base full of Marines with some fucking really fucking awesome ordnance. Oh, the fun we could have. But I don't exist, right? Hey, you want to know something funny? I kept trying to figure it out. All this Marine stuff, well, where's the advisor in that? I was watching one of Shammer's chats from like a year ago. And he'd mentioned it was something about force recon. Basically, not taking over, but doing the same stuff that the Green Berets were doing. And it dawned on me, yeah, I always thought the Green Berets were like marshmallows. Shh. No, I'm sorry, you know what? People want to swing their dicks around. Well, I think it's funny, but okay. So yeah, Russell Targ basically spilled the beans. Talked about, you know, L. Ron Hubbard's group, who learned from the Navy. Pat Price, the remote viewing he got, dead giveaway. Somebody was feeding him the information of what he gave because it was all NSA and Russian. except for, Grassy, you'll know what I'm talking about, Libya. So Pat Price viewed Libya, comes, crypto, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if he saw the contingency plans. Now, if he's being bounced back and forth between Scientology and Stargate, I'm just going to say it like that because they're both connected to our government. Well, who taught L. Ron Hubbard? What L. Ron Hubbard used, he was taught by the Navy. So let's just deal with accountability, cut to the chase. That way we do away with all these conspiracy theories. And if individuals are responsible or mistakes were made, it's a lot easier to deal with than all these theories. Oh, Utah, Salt Lake. So now we know how Obama and Clinton and whoever arranged ISIS. Shh. We don't know whether ISIS was involved or not. So let's just say that's speculative. But let's just say somebody, let's back up, somebody found out about one of our contingency plans. So they needed to get Gaddafi out of the way and Libya out of the way. So that's why. Going all the way back to, well, that intel could sit there until they get their shit together to do something, which they probably tried in the early 90s. It wasn't effective, and they had to wait until 9/11, right? Okay, let's just keep it simple here. Now, it gets tricky because sometimes both sides want the same goal, but their way to get there is completely opposite. That's why sometimes you got to take out the whole us and them equation. It just doesn't matter when you understand these little fine points. Yet at the same time, it is us against them. Because they would orchestrate that and allow us to just go right ahead and shoot ourselves in the fucking head. If your enemy's going to shoot himself in the head, do you tell him, hey, wait, is the safety on or off? No, you're just going to wait until they pull the trigger. If the safety's on, you'll just say, hey, bro, you got to take the safety off. You're going to walk away like you didn't give a shit either way, right? I'm not one of those guys. I probably worked with a lot of those guys before. They don't give a fuck who wins or loses, as long as they play the game. But see, they can't play the game toe-to-toe with any of us, but they never have to. They'll talk like they do, which means that they don't talk about it. They just do it. So why'd they tell you they just do it when they're not supposed to talk about it? Anyways, who gives a shit, right? So where was I about Flintstone? Well, I always liked the character Bam Bam for some specific reasons. But now it's even funnier. No, I mean, this guy, the stories that you might hear, I don't know what H5 or H6 is. I'm in my RV right now. I gave my truck away. The people I gave it to haven't called me, but I had to give my truck away. I was arrested for being a deadly weapon and drinking. I guess deadly weapons aren't allowed to have a drink and defend themselves nowadays. Did you know that? I'm like a fucking firearm. If you carry a firearm, you cannot have one drink of alcohol if you're carrying. how the fuck do I set these at home? But everybody treats me like a bitch. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Because if I use these, I might as well just fucking kill you. And you're really going to push it that far? Or are you willing to die? Because I'm about as pissed off enough to fucking do it if you push me there. Push me to violence, I might as well just kill the fucker. I'll get the same fucking punishment, whether they're dead or just embarrassed. Yeah, I know. Da fuck? Exactly. 15 scuffles. Not one person injured. I was always defending myself. All the way up till I was drunk and defended myself. Oh shit, he's not getting his ass kicked while he's drunk anymore. Uh-oh. Well, I guess the implants kind of stopped doing what they were doing. Maybe you guys stuck them in the wrong one. Gonna make it right? Or you're gonna let this go on until the next time? Or you're gonna give me my fucking job back? Because you know you don't have another motherfucker that can do my job. Probably the closest that I would trust might be somebody like Pat. Pat and Jocko. It would take both. Who the fuck's that out there? Oh, I recognize that voice. Oh well.
Awesome.
At least we have a live audience now.
What are you
Right.
up to?
This is weird. I'm talking to these people on YouTube that I haven't talked to in a while.
Hey, could I trouble you for a couple of cigarettes?
Yeah, here. Don't worry, it's cameras in there. I don't know how private you are.
I try to be fair.
No, I haven't done this.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
They're all going, where the fuck are you? Thought you were guilt tripping, you know? Just kidding.
I'm going to let her roll them, and then I'll bring this right back.
All right, yeah, no problem.
Right. Unless you have a couple rolled.
Oh, Marley will watch you.
All right. Come on, Marley.
Keep an eye on him. You better go say hi. Say hi. Sick him. Love him. Love him. Get him. Love him. You gotta watch out for Marley. He'll love you. Yeah, well, God, he hasn't known a dog fight until he met the coyotes. So where was I? Jocko and Pat. But even they, you know what I mean? It's like, who would I think would have compassion and strength and knowledge? Well, they have a lot of blind sights too. So, Mother Teresa? See, I was watching Jocko's Way of the Warrior Kid. Fucker's like a fucking Class A kindergarten teacher. I mean, I'm serious. If you just forgot about what he looked like and listened to what he was saying, oh my God, I wish my mother was that gentle. If anybody checks this channel out or knows who I'm talking about, what the fuck's happened to humanity when men like that have to be the compassion and the gentle one? Want to say hi, Mar? Come on. Come here, bud. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I don't mind, but can you see you, bud? It's a mess in here. Say hi. All right. I'll get all this straightened out in the next few days. I'm still trying to get the speaker system going and, you know, all this conspiracy crap. And then You know, there's a lot of people that really don't like conspiracy theorists, but my stuff isn't a conspiracy theory. There might be a conspiracy, but it's probably easier to say conspiracy theory than Cold War or spy games or shadow wars. Because if you say that, well, conspiracy theories are going to get included anyways, because there's always conspiracies involved in any spy games. So whether I was the best or least at anything shouldn't matter. I was put in a position that drew a lot of fire. I know what the muzzle flash looks like. Looks a lot like our own. But when you throw in Russell Targ, the Stargate remote viewing bullshit, and then Targ starts regurgitating stuff I've said. I'm not Russell Targ. I'm not a remote viewer. So why do I know more than he does? I'll be right back. God, I'm going into Professor Asshole mode.
Alright.
Oh, you got Wendy's sister.
Oh,
Wendy's right there. It says Wendy on the side.
Oh, nice. I was admiring that the other day. It's pretty cool. Can I leave this one out here?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
yeah, you can come in if you want.
Oh, okay, yeah, is that alright?
I just have a live chat going, just
Oh,
so you know. You can sit off to the side.
alright, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Oh, watch out, girl.
No.
Yeah.
Good?
Mm-hmm. Might have a bowl, that's about it. I just don't show them beer in front of the camera.
Where should? And would you mind if I had a beer?
No.
That's fine. Are these them? Oh no, these are the gun ones.
Oh, you don't have one? Well, you can take a slug off mine.
Alright.
And I pretty much killed them all by now. Is there anything in that?
Nah.
Okay.
Just keeps it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
So I'll just finish it up. Yeah. So Russell Targ was on. Shit, I almost want to listen to that with this guy sitting here. He'd probably give you some insight. So Targ basically spilled the beans. He didn't know he was spilling the beans. Begley did an interview with somebody that was educated by Russia, and they totally mangled the Bible. Hegelian dialectic. Targ spoke about psychic driving, which deletes memories. Begley spoke about installed memories, which somebody like me sits there and goes, well, either one I'm fine with, but we got to settle on one, which keeps me in a limbo state, and everybody else gets to take their notes. So basically, Targ, L. Ron Hubbard, and all of them, I don't know, just watch it. I'll be in a better frame of mind to explain all this later. I just felt the need to touch base because I was feeling guilty for not saying anything. And who knows who's wondering what I'm doing or not, or whether they're worried. And
Do you have a pen and a pad?
yeah, somewhere. So, yeah, rather than get mushy, I'm signing off, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'm not good with mushy.